Hi guys, today I will be sharing how to make the best blondie brownie recipe. For the ingredients, we need 1 cup of white chocolate chips. This is 1 tablespoon of corn flour or cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 2.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of butter. I am using macadamia nuts. This is 3/4 cup, but if you don't want to use macadamia nuts, you can use any nuts that you prefer or like. The first step I'm going to make is to semi-crush the macadamia using a mallet. You don't have to crush this finely, or you can just chop this up into small pieces. This is the texture that I'm looking for. I will combine this with the white chocolate chips. Now, get about 2 heaping teaspoons of the plain flour from the 2.5 cups, and then mix this with the macadamia and the white chocolate chips. We do this so that the chocolate chips and macadamia will not sink in the brownies. Combine the plain flour, the corn flour, and the salt. Give this a quick mix and then set this aside. We will sift this later. So in a pot, melt the butter. Once the butter is all melted, I will continue to cook this for at least a minute so the butter will start to smell nutty. And it doesn't have to have the burnt butter, but just to smell the nutty flavor. So I will let this slightly cool down and then add the packed brown sugar. At this point, you will see that the mixture will turn weird. That's because the melted butter is slightly hot, but once we add the vanilla, which is 2 teaspoons, this will come together nicely. Set this aside. In a separate bowl, crack in 2 eggs. And then beat these using a fork. And then check the temperature of the butter sugar mixture. Make sure that it's not too hot so it doesn't cook the egg. So slowly add the eggs and then mix it using a whisk into the brown sugar butter mixture. At this point, we can sift in the flour mixture. Using a spatula, mix the ingredients. It is important not to overmix this. A secret to a fudgy blondies is not overmixing. By the way, blondies is a brownie only without the cocoa powder. I forgot to set aside chocolate chips and macadamia, so I'm getting some in this mixture. You don't have to do this if you don't want topping. How much is up to you. Now, to remove the flour from the macadamia and white chocolate chips, I'm just using a sifter to remove the excess flour. We don't need that. And now we can add in the macadamia and chocolate chips to the blondie mixture or And now this is 9 by 13 rectangular baking pan. By the way, my oven is preheated at 170 degrees Celsius. The white stripes that you can see here is the white chocolate chip slightly melting because the butter is still a little bit warm, but that's okay. It will not fully melt. Now evenly distribute the brownie or blondie batter. To make the spreading easy, dip your spatula into water. And this is the best that I can do. Now I will randomly add the chocolate chips macadamia topping. Lightly press the toppings. And then we're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius for about 25 or 30 minutes, or until when you insert the skewer in the middle and the skewer comes out clean. And this is what it looks like after baking. It is really important to let this cool down completely in the tray before taking it out of the tray. And now this has cooled down completely. Cut it as little or as big as you like. And this is the finished product. This is really good. I can guarantee that you're going to love this. This is the best blondie recipe I've come across, so I hope you give this a try. So just to show you what it looks like close up once you bite into the brownie. It's very chewy. Sweetness is just enough. Again, if you don't want to use macadamia because they're quite pricey, you can use any nuts that you like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!